Hey everybody, Chris from The Busy Runner, coming with my race recap. Just finished Oregon 70.3 this past Sunday, and I had a great race. It was really good. I was pleased with it. Um, the biggest highlight was I managed to get a slot for the World Championships this year in St. George, Utah. So that was unexpected and very, very cool. That was kind of a bucket list item, a life goal I was chasing, and I was really pleased that really the race came together exactly as I would have hoped that it would. So I'm going to go back through sort of race day and each discipline, swim, bike, run, and kind of take you through it. So Oregon is where I'm from, and so I was able to stay with family, and that was really awesome to see family. I was close to the race venue, and river swim, really good, loved it. The thing that everybody's talking about is how fast the current was, and the current was very fast. So I practiced swimming, not at the race course, but sort of downriver, and I noticed right away that the current was hard to work against, and when you turned around to go back, you were just flying. So I knew the swim was going to be really fast. The way they set it up was they had all buoys to your left, with the last two buoys basically being on your right to let you know that you're turning in to the finish. And the first thing that happened when they were sending us in two at a time was I just followed the guy right in front of me, and the next thing I knew, the current had taken me way off to the left of the buoys, and it was very fast. My swim time was 22 flat, I think, which is like 101 per 100 yards, which is way faster than I would ordinarily have swam. My previous best was like 33 minutes. So from 33 to 22 gives you an idea that it's just a really fast swim. But I felt good about it. When I noticed I was too far over, I started cutting back over and across, and I probably cost myself a little bit of time that way. I think I probably could have been closer to 20 minutes or under had I just kind of kept rocketing down that left side of the river. But man, that was a fast swim and a good swim. I got out feeling like I had just kind of warmed up and gotten a good workout in, but I wasn't tired after the swim. From there, you transition up kind of a steep ramp and stairs to get up to the transition area. So T1 was like 6.5 minutes, I think, because it was just so long to get up, and it was kind of bottlenecked a little bit. You had to sort of wait for people, and I jogged once I could, got around people, but T1 was pretty good. Got into my bike stuff, got out on the bike. I have back pain a lot from being in the aero bars, and I've never actually done a formal bike fit until after the race, but my back was hurting me like the whole time. But I've been training that way, and I was just like, okay, today I'm staying in aero as long as possible. And I really attacked the bike, but tried to attack it under control. So I averaged 21 miles an hour on the bike, which is faster than I did at either Waco or Galveston. I think 241 was my bike split, which I'm reasonably pleased with. I would have liked faster, but I was under control while going at a good pace. So I knew I was going to go my fastest ever bike, and I kept my heart rate under 150, which for me was pretty good, letting me know that I'd have more for the run, and the run's really my best discipline. So I wanted to make sure I really hammered the run, because my previous two halves were Waco and Galveston, which were both really hot, and I kind of faded a little bit on the run where I knew there was more in the tank, and so the bike I did under control. So just to kind of map the progression, it was 249 I think is what I did at Galveston last April. Then I did 246 at Waco, and then I did 241 this last Sunday. So we're getting better. It's improving. I really think now that I've had my coach do a bike fit with me, I think that time should continue to go down, just from being more comfortable in the aero bars, and just more aerodynamic and ready to do the bike right. So Anyway, from the bike onto the run, I was just thrilled to go to get out on the run course. My transition was really quick. My bike was super close to the run out, and so I was just out on the run in no time. The run was fantastic. It was kind of like a figure eight, 2 loops, and it was mostly shaded, like paved running path, and so it was really nice. I got out quickly. I legs are just sort of jello-y in that first mile, but I think I might have gone 6:10 or a little bit under. So I kind of got out fast, but I felt okay. I wasn't overexerting myself. And that first half of the run, I was moving pretty good. 6:20s. It was starting to slow to 6:30s, 6:40s. After about halfway, I could feel like, okay, these are going to start going over 7, and so I just tried to kind of to hang on, and it, at the end of a half after you've swam and biked, I didn't want to risk it, so I used what I knew I could in that first half, and then hung on as best I could in the second half. It was a good run day. I mean, I went an hour 32, which I was a former college runner. So for me, I felt good about that. I'd still love and aspire to be under 130 on the run, but a 132 I felt good about. It was a 6:58 average. So it started out well below that, and then it just slowed down. And I think maybe the slowest mile in there was like a 7:20, 7:26 maybe. So I felt good, felt really good about the run, even though it got hard there at the end. I knew I was getting close, and I knew it was going to be tight. I was 29th in my age group with an overall time of 4 hours and 44 minutes. So part of that's lightning fast swim made it faster than normal, but a lot of people were really fast at this race, because there was 4 of us that finished in the same minute at 4 hours and 44 minutes. And so I was really, really pleased when we got to the roll down meeting. I think this was, one of the last races that was going to offer slots for St. George for 22, and then they also offered some for 23. So you had to stay for a long roll down meeting to have them fill St. George spots. They had 75, and then they had another 30 for Finland next year in 2023. So being that I'm in the U.S. and it's going to host this year, I really wanted to do St. George, and so I waited, and nobody in the top 10, I don't think, took a spot. And so pretty soon it was, okay, 11 to 15 and 16 to 20, and pretty soon I snagged a spot. So I'm really, really pumped. I feel like I worked really hard, and I feel like I earned it. I put in a lot of 4-hour Sunday bike rides and stuff to get to where I am. So I'm really, really pleased. So felt like I finally executed a great race and did what I knew I was capable of, but just hadn't put together yet. So nutrition came together. My coach and I put together a nutrition plan, and I really stuck to it. One piece of adversity is I hit kind of a pothole and lost one of my race nutrition pieces, which was like some chews or whatever. I lost it off the bike, but I had an extra one in my jersey, so I was still able to get in, every 25 minutes or so. I was bringing on more calories and going through a electrolyte replacement drink. I think I do Zim, but really felt good. So now what's next is Wisconsin 70.3 in September. I had signed up for that race at the beginning of the year. It's going to be a little hillier. I'm excited for it. The time spread in my age group was really wide for that one, so I'm hoping. Last year the run times weren't too great, or they weren't really fast like Oregon was. So I'm hoping a good run might see me place well at Wisconsin. And then October 28th will be the World Championships in St. George, which I've heard all about that course, and I'll be really excited to give that one a go in October. If you like this video, please give me a like and a comment. If you were there, please tell me what your experience was. I know others had great races that day too. I had some friends who were there and did a great race. So Please like and comment. Really appreciate your guys' support. And we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.